when MiG-29s ambushed Eagles.
Okay, I have no idea where this is going to go.
I'm guessing this is planes and planes. I know what the MiG-29s are.
Planes and planes.
Yeah.
As in just planes. I don't get it.
What? What?
Have I missed the memo? It's just planes.
Wait, what? No,
What do you mean by planes and planes?
I mean, I'm guessing planes ambushing other planes.
Oh, like planes versus planes.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were just saying planes and planes, like as if it was just planes and planes.
Anyway, I don't know what the Eagles are.
I'm gonna guess like a type of.
Are you okay?
Like a unit or something.
You alright?
Yeah. Like I'm really hot. Like a unit.
It's a type of plane, obviously.
Oh, I think the Eagles are like a unit.
Maybe it is. Maybe you're right on that.
Yeah.
Smash that like button anyway. What a shambles of the start. Smash that subscribe button as well, Absolute Legends. We do really appreciate it. Let's find out what it's all about. The video's going to tell us. Let's go.
It's morning on January 19th, 1991. And a
Okay, a while ago.
pair of F-15C Eagles are on an escort mission over Iraq as part of Operation Desert Storm.
Oh,
Captain
Desert
Cesar
Storm.
Rico Rodriguez and his wingman, Captain Craig Mole Underhill, are clearing the skies ahead of a formation of 36 aircraft tasked with striking targets near Baghdad.
Okay.
Behind them, there are waves of F-16s making their runs, diving with 2,000-pound general-purpose bombs. They release them, and the ordnance drops straight onto the Iraqi ammunition depots.
Wow.
Giant explosions rise from the desert. They're expecting anti-aircraft missiles, and the F-16s pull hard up, releasing chaff and flares at the same time.
Okay.
But instead of missiles, the Iraqi Air Force has dispatched 2 pairs of the most advanced fighters at their disposal.
Okay.
MiG-29.
Yeah, there you go. The
Fulcrums.
MiG-29.
Outnumbered, the Iraqis have been keeping their distance, searching for an opportunity to strike, when they're told of 2 F-15s. Perfect targets. It's their chance, and the
There's
pair of
loads from behind
Fulcrums
them.
races
Don't
to
do that.
intercept. In the F-15, Rico gets a message from his AWACS controller, Mark White.
Rico, you have 2 hostile contacts.
One bearing 040 for 3-5, second is 340 for 6-5.
Okay, so we got an ad, but I was going to talk anyway. So I was aware of them coming in, so they were
Okay.
prepared. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this will be interesting. I'm keen for this.
We'll take the 040.
Rico chooses the most threatening target, and they turn to engage.
Ooh.
The F-15's front-facing radars detect the contact, and it appears on their screen.
Contact.
But it's not.
But
the
I do
only
want to add, we got it wrong. The MiGs are the Iraqis,
Right.
and then the Eagles. I guess F-15 Eagle. I guess. Well, I was thinking if someone says an F-15 to me, I assume it's an F-15, F-16. So that they're the planes which are being ambushed by the MiGs. To just make sure we got it right around. So we kind of butchered it in the intro as well.
Yeah, we did.
It was planes on planes though.
Planes versus planes.
Also, this video's done really well so far.
warning. On another screen, a 29 appears. It's his
Ooh.
radar warning receiver, or RWR, a device that tells him when enemy radars can spot him.
Okay.
Wow.
MiG-29. I see it.
Rico and Mole brace for action. The 2 pairs of enemies, both 4th generation fighters, have each other in their sights and are heading towards each other in a supersonic joust. Rico selects an AIM-7 Sparrow missile.
Oh, that's going to
The
do some
Iraqis
damage.
have a plan. They
Oh dear.
dive far below the F-15s, attempting to use the ground clutter to conceal themselves from the radar. But it doesn't work. Aboard his F-15, Rico sees the single fuzzy contact split into 2 well-defined targets.
Okay.
I gotcha. It's 2 versus 2.
Rico selects one of the contacts and locks it in. Aboard the Fulcrum, the pilot sees his radar warning receiver light up with the wail of a lock alert. But the Iraqis have yet another ace up their sleeve. They bank to the side, and suddenly, the warnings go silent.
Oh.
Rico's finger
they
hovers
done?
over the weapon's release button when the radar contacts suddenly vanish from his screen.
Oh, the
It's a
slimlining up.
blind spot in the F-15's radar. Objects moving perpendicular to them are invisible, and the
Oh.
MiG-29s are exploiting it perfectly.
Ooh.
Rico's frustrated, but it's a known tactic.
I mean,
The enemy
let us know in the
reappear-
comments. Is that still a blind spot, or they managed to fix that? like nowadays.
Yeah, now that they know.
Because especially if people know about it, that's quite big. If they can just avoid the radar quite easily. Let us know in the comments.
Appears on radar 12 nautical miles away.
Contact.
He locks it in one more time, but doesn't fire. The AIM-7 Sparrow needs him to maintain lock throughout the missile's entire flight, and he knows the enemy are going to re-enter the blind spot before the missile has a chance to catch them.
Okay, yeah.
Once again, the enemy
You
disappears.
gotta have that perfect opportunity.
The MiG-29s keep maneuvering across the sky, toying with the F-15's radar,
Contact.
constantly blinking in and out from Rico's screen, keeping 12 nautical miles of separation.
Lost it again.
Rico can see what they're doing. The Fulcrums are dragging them along. Over at the AWACS, Mark White keeps an eye on the situation. As the F-15s make their move, they leave the airspace that Mark's responsible for, and following protocol, he hands over Rico and Mole to another AWACS controller.
Okay.
Rico and Mole keep up the chase across the sky when
I like how we
suddenly
all have a
their
different
RWR
airspace bit.
beeps with alarm and starts filling with detections up ahead. It's an entire field of S-125 Neva surface-to-air missiles set up to defend Baghdad. The enemy's trying to pull them into a killing field.
Yeah, they're trying to bait him in.
City's anti-air. What are we gonna do?
Rico checks in with the strike force and listens to the F-16s making their runs. If he and his wingman fly away, then the F-16s will be definitely intercepted by the MiGs. He makes a daring choice.
Hold position. Keep pushing the bandits away until the strikes are done.
Oh, they're going for it.
They hold their altitude and deliberately continue heading towards the enemy trap,
I tell you what,
flying the strike.
this is why they're different gravy, aren't they? Because like you say, he's basically feeling like he's going into a death trap.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, just keep going. That's sick. Like,
Yes.
again, it's dangerous. And it's kind of like, oh, how do you make that decision? But that's why they're different gravy.
Yeah, that's why they are what they are.
Strike force the time it needs. The RWR clicks every time the enemy radars scan the F-15s, and they hear them getting more frequent by the second. But the Iraqis still have a cunning plan. They know the Americans can see the missiles. They're not the trap. They're the distraction.
Oh.
A third MiG-29 charges towards the F-15s from their left side, out of view from the F-15's front-facing radar, and with its own radar turned off so as not to appear in the F-15's RWR. Despite the fight no longer in his area of responsibility, in his AWACS, Mark White continues to take glances at the developing situation. He sees the new enemy approaching the scene and immediately realizes the danger. But for some reason, the F-15s are not evading the incoming contact. They keep flying straight, even as the bandit gets within 18 nautical miles.
Oh.
White gets
he's
nervous.
gonna let
It's
him know,
well
innit?
within the range of the R-27 missiles. 16 miles, and there's still no reaction from the F-15s. He thinks about saying something on the radio, but he worries that if he disturbs them in the middle of battle, it could make the situation worse.
Ah, I guess, yeah.
15
you don't know.
miles, and still no reaction.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because if they've got it under control and someone's throwing information at you.
It's just you would split second of listening could be.
Yeah, but in this scenario, he needs to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He
can see it,
needs
can't
to. And it's not even his airspace as well, so does he feel like he should or not? I don't know.
14 miles. White decides to act.
Pop-up, contacts, 330 degrees for 13 miles.
It's right in the nick of time. Rico hears the call and instantly drops his fuel tanks and pulls hard towards the new contact, with vapor covering his wings. The moment his nose
Just
points
in
towards the
time.
incoming
Wow.
fulcrum, it appears on his radar,
Bogey.
just 8 miles away, well inside the range of each other's missiles. At the same time, the Iraqi pilot, flying blind without his radar, is informed the Americans are right in front of him.
Yeah. Now
He turns on his radar,
Yeah.
and Rico appears on his screen. With this act, the ominous 29 appears on Rico's RWR. The two cutting-edge fighters are now aware of one another and are approaching at supersonic speeds. Rico selects the target on his display and locks it in, but he doesn't fire. The rules of engagement are that all contacts detected within 10 miles must be identified visually in case it's a friendly F-117 Nighthawk.
Oh,
Even with
really?
the 29 on the RWR and the imminent danger, Rico holds fire and orders Mole to run friend or foe ID on the contact.
What happens if he gets
There's
shot
no
at?
time.
Yeah.
The Iraqi selects Rico's aircraft and locks him. Rico's RWR screams with a lock alert.
I'm getting spiked.
He immediately turns upside down and dives, releasing radar reflective chaff.
Oh my
Getting
days.
low. The terrain will confuse his targeting system.
Oh god, this is so intense. This video's sick, by the way.
It's really well done. It's like a movie.
Yeah, I don't know how we've done it, but this is well sick. I'm really enjoying this.
Chaff,
I'm getting low. The terrain will confuse his targeting system.
but it doesn't work. The RWR continues screaming in his ear, warning him of impending doom as he races down from 30,000 feet at the speed of sound.
That must be
Rico
so
whips his head
intense.
left and right, desperate to spot the enemy.
Wow.
Mole locks the target, his finger hovering over the weapon's release button as he runs an ID procedure with the help of intelligence aircraft. The seconds feel eternal as they finally clear him to engage. He's given the all clear and presses the button.
Box 1.
The AIM-7 Sparrow shoots off from under the F-15 in a plume of smoke. Rico sees it streak across the sky, the smoke trail passing between his tails. He follows the smoke trail with his eyes and finally sees the MiG-29 aiming his nose down towards him. But it never gets to fire. The Sparrow rushes in and strikes it square on the nose. There's a giant flash and the MiG-29 disintegrates, tearing apart into a black smudge of oil and parts.
Wow.
Splash 1.
Oh, I was close.
A wave of relief washes over Rico as he pulls out from the dive, just 500 feet high.
Wow.
But over it,
The thing is, I get those protocols and stuff like that, but like that almost killed him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've
Following,
just done it.
because like you're very
Yeah.
confident it's not a friendly, especially when you get locked on as well. But
Yeah.
you still got to confirm. I understand it because if it was a friendly and it's just a misunderstanding,
Obviously, yeah.
you'd lose your life. But
At
oh,
the same time, when you got that coming towards you and it's your life, what did you do?
definitely.
the AWACS, White can see it's not over.
Second group, north, 10 miles.
Rico scans the skies. He considers turning away. By now, the strike package of F-16s is already heading home, so they've no reason to hang about.
Yeah, they can get out
The
of
enemy
there.
is too close for comfort. They could be shot from behind. They need to fight. Rico turns north, and the enemy appears on his screen. It's just beyond 10 miles, so he's clear to shoot it down. He runs an
Yeah.
identification procedure. It's hostile. He selects the contact on his radar screen and locks the target. In the enemy plane, the Iraqi hears the lock alert, and he breaks into a sharp, evasive maneuver. But it makes no difference. Rico's lock holds strong as his finger hovers over the button.
He lights up
escaped
as
it
a
this
diamond on my
time.
scope. Say again? It goes from a solid radar contact to a diamond, which tells me he's friendly.
Mole Systems have identified the contact as a friendly aircraft.
Ooh.
In that moment, Mole is overtaken by a cold sense of dread. But Rico's confident it has to be another MiG. But he needs to prove it with his eyes. The two prepare for the fight. Rico elects to identify the target, and Mole gets ready to take the shot.
Yeah.
Rico
again,
races.
You've got to confirm it, but that's weird how the machine said it was friendly. Again, please let us know what
They could be hacked though.
it could be. I guess so, or jam. But what makes a machine think it is a friendly if it's not? Like, what's the
Yeah.
difference? Is it the shape of the aircraft, or like? Let us know in the
Yeah.
comments. That's interesting.
Towards the enemy, which is coming straight towards and above him. He keeps low, letting the bogey get closer. Then he pulls up. Engines burning at full throttle. He can see the belly of the bogey right in front of him, but it's still hard to tell what it is with the bright sky as background. He holds his F-15 in his path until Rico's F-15 roars within 50 feet of the bandit.
Oh,
And as
wow.
he does, he finally gets a good view of the enemy's top side, with its green camouflage, which is proudly displaying the Iraqi flag.
Yeah, that ain't a friendly.
It's a MiG-29!
Rico makes a wide turn left as he soars over the MiG. Looking down through his canopy, he sees the MiG performing a flat turn left, holding his altitude. In that instant, he spots an opening, and the fancy shooter eye formation goes out the window. It's a dogfight. He turns upside down and pulls hard on
Oh,
the
my
stick,
days.
cutting into the MiG's circle. He's crushed by
Takes some
10 Gs
skill,
of force,
right?
pushing the F-15 to its limits. He sees the MiG roar past in front of him, and he pulls hard left to follow. Rico sees the MiG flying away, but he knows he has the advantage. The MiG pushes down, trading altitude for speed. Rico follows him, spiraling down towards the desert floor as the paths of both jets converge. Rico sees a MiG scream through the merge. He's getting closer. He pulls hard, feeling the blood rushing down from his head. as he does everything to bring the fulcrum into his sights. Far above, Mole can see his leader tangling with the enemy and spots an opportunity.
I can come in. Stand by.
But Rico can feel it. This one is his.
It's so close.
He sees the
Yeah.
MiG coming back and they roar past one another. He almost has him, but they can't keep up this trajectory as they're rapidly running out of altitude. Rico
Yeah, they're going
pulls
to
with
the
all he
ground.
has, powering through 10 Gs of force. Through the crushing Gs, he sees the beautiful sight of the fulcrum moving into his sights. Rico selects an AIM-9 Sidewinder and starts to pull, aiming ahead of the MiG for the best chance of impact. But the Iraqi pilot sees it, and a desperate last-ditch attempt, he turns upside down and pulls hard towards the ground. Rico's ready for the Iraqi to try something, but he's shocked to see the MiG dive straight for the sand. He doesn't even think of following and pulls up to the left, letting the MiG go. The Iraqi pilot
okay.
starts to pull up and is crushed by extreme G-forces as his plane continues towards the ground. The sand fills his windshield as he pushes the afterburners to maximum. His MiG screaming as it pulls beyond its G limits. He's doing everything to bring the nose up, but it's not enough.
Oh.
And the MiG-29 Fulcrum and its Iraqi pilot crash into the desert sand.
I guess that's why you don't take on the Eagle.
Rico's heart races as he comes down from the adrenaline high. He's
Yeah,
won.
Yeah.
Imagine how intense that would be.
Yeah, that's
Like-
really.
You think about I think about the planes, you think, oh my god, it's incredible, they're absolute beasts. But I never really thought about just how intense and the decision making and the skill it would require in
Yeah.
that. Do you know what I mean? To suddenly turn over upside down,
Yeah,
flipping all that,
definitely.
in the heat of a dogfight to make sure you're on top and winning. Oh, that'd be intense, wouldn't it?
I don't even know what must be going through your head.
I know, innit? But that's why they're super, super skilled and trained. They get so much training, and only the best of the best do it. So it is
Yeah.
the split decisions, isn't it?
Mole appears 2 miles off his right,
Tactical, right side.
and Rico can finally afford to relax.
Let's go home.
Let's go
Cesar
home.
Rico Rodriguez would tally up 3 victories total in his career, making him tied for the top spot of MiG victories for pilots after Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
We hope both pilots like our film.
It was close today. 2 same-generation fighters. True. Not like when our F-16s ate hawks for breakfast. Watch the full film here.
Let us know if you want to check out because by the way, that was really, really cool. I don't know how they've done it.
It's really cool though.
That was very, very cool. I'd love to know if the pilots ever did watch it or anything like that, how accurate it was in terms of the comms and stuff like that. So if this is just going off the stories and the information, I imagine it is quite accurate.
Yeah.
But that was sick. The detail in the video, it made you proper feel like
It
you're in
did,
it,
yeah.
didn't it? Enjoy
It was
it?
cool. Yeah, it was nice to see like the them in it. It was weird.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
it was done really well.
Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. And what's to do?
Have a fantastic day.
Link to this channel is in the description, and we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.